it is. Coming back at you, Chris. Got it. Got it. You're welcome.
How about that? I can see the road from here. And we are kicking off this episode of Out and About in Simcoe County at Ardagh Bluffs.
What a snake! We did it.
We are, what, 30 feet off the main entrance on Mapleton?
Oh, she's pretty.
That is one nice looking little garter snake.
Now, how do we know it's a garter snake?
Well, mostly because she just went to the bathroom all over us. Which,
Oh, she reeks.
Yeah.
There it is. Snake poo, if you ever... They do this whenever they get stressed out.
And this is one of the 17 different species of snakes we have in Ontario. And this one, they're live born. So this one is probably last year's baby, because it's too early to be this big for this year. And let's see the tail. This one is actually a boy. Yeah.
And we know that because of the length between the vent, which is here. Quit your struggling, little fella. Right here. That's one. And all the way down. And the males have very skinny, long tails. And he's starting to calm down now. He knows we're not going to eat him.
Now, these ones, oh, see, it doesn't even try and bite. This is still fairly small. This one would be out hunting for frogs, newts, salamanders.
Oh, he
small
stinks
mice.
big, though. Wow.
And that is one of the best defenses for a garter snake. Water snakes do the same thing. Because they eat amphibians, their food turns into a very smelly discharge. When they get caught, they dump. And everything in their stomach gets sprayed out. And this is a fairly small one, but there's pretty good aroma coming out of it as well.
I'm going to smell like this for the rest of the day. This is what winning smells like.
Smells like old amphibian. And fish smell is even worse. They can actually spray it out the back, and it's an oily substance, so it stays in your skin, on your clothes, all sorts of things. And did you see this or hear it first?
Saw it.
Saw it. And that's fairly
It was just
small.
really fast.
And these ones are fast.
And
it
it
has to be.
was just coming off of the trail here. So look how beautiful he is, eh?
Right here in Barrie, Ardagh Bluffs. Nice way
Yay.
to start this episode.
High five. Woo-hoo.
You were just wiping your hand on me, weren't you?
No, I got it all over my right hand. It's my doing hand, my working hand.
Nice.
This whole hand has gotten it this season.
And that tiny little head, you'll see the tongue sticking out. Snakes have no eyelids, no arms, no legs, no claws, no hands, no feet, and yet these little marvels can climb trees, they can swim, they can eat something twice the size of their head. It just stretches out, and they'll grab frogs and fish.
They do have a limit to how much they eat. This guy seems to have eaten something here. He's got a little bulge.
And that would have been probably a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
But a snake this size could go a month without food, without any problem, but they're constantly looking for food. That little tiny tongue, the little forked tongue sticking out, there you go. It actually tastes the air. It's a forked tongue. So when it comes out, they can taste the air, and they can tell exactly what direction the animal went in. They can tell what kind it is, all by tasting the air with that forked tongue. The organ on the top is called a Jacobson's organ, and it goes back in, and they can actually taste from each side. Each part of the forked tongue goes back in, and they can tell. Whichever one has more scent molecules on it, they know that's the direction they went in. These are amazing creatures. This one in particular, because he's our first capture of a snake in 2 seasons, 1.5 seasons.
This is great. What a great start.
Nice.
And typically, if you have a pet snake at home, a lot of people think that they can pretty much stretch indefinitely with their mouths. But a good rule of thumb is to feed about the size of the thickest part of the body.
And you can't keep these as pets. You can't have native species, whether it's a garter snake, a water snake. Nothing that lives in Canada can be kept as a pet. in Canada.
You ready to let him go?
I
I'll
am.
give you the honors.
Oh, you caught them? I get the easy part,
Yeah.
let them go. And they'll disappear very quickly. Right back in here, we'll put them on the trail. You'll see them slide right into the leaf litter
Absolutely silent.
and gone. You could be, well, we're this close and he's probably invisible on the camera now. Actually, he's invisible to me right here. Nice way to start the show.
What a great time. Yay, snake.
We have proof.
This is my snake dance. Got this snake. Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah. All right, let's continue the search.
Oh, this is a big old ant hill. Look at that.
All right. Just keeps
all
going,
red
going,
ants.
going.
That's a different species of ant. And they've actually pulled all of this sand up. All of this big mound of sand. They pulled it all up themselves. And this is what people have at home when they have their ant farms. This is what it looks like. I feel kind of bad for this, actually, but these are all their little chambers. We've got a little nursery chamber there. Look how fascinating that is, and it's all linked.
I found a slug who's having no part of that ant party.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a slugfest. So, and they live inside the log too. They've got holes that they've made inside the log. And those same kind of chamber systems would be inside this log as well. It's just absolutely fascinating little critters. People don't give ants enough credit.
One of the benefits to being right beside the Ardagh Bluffs, look at all these people.
Yeah,
They
lucky
know that this is
them.
never going to be developed. It takes away from the busy, crazy section of the south end of Barrie, and these people have
It's nice
hundreds
and
of
quiet
acres back here that
too.
is always going to stay wild.
Yeah. Oh,
And
here's a
they're right
little
next door to
fly.
snakes.
Check out this fly. It's awesome. There it goes. Oops.
It's coming from some of that sweet snake smell.
Oh, wild raspberries. Look at that. They're starting up. Ow. And yes, they're spiky. You can see the thorns.
Good defense if you're on the menu of every single animal.
Yeah.
And a good habit, no matter where you are, is to just not necessarily reach your hand in under logs and things.
Yeah.
With all these different species of snakes, we only have one that's venomous. We don't have it in Barrie, but just in case, it's good practice to just bring along a stick. A net is better, and you can poke in underneath. If there's a snake, it'll probably just move along. If it's a frog or a toad, it'll hop somewhere, and then you can try and follow it from there.
Oh, this water is really cold.
Quite clear too,
Yeah.
considering it's in.
I don't think I drink it, but
No.
see, I found a cool bottle. It's neat because it's got the milliliters marked out on it. I think I can keep this. Put a little flour in it. This is from our snake hunt. We caught a snake this day, 22nd of July, 2014.
There's all kinds of trash in here.
Yeah.
A lot of it is actually plastic, so it's non-recyclable as well. Some of it will provide homes, but it's going to last for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Looks like the water moved that way down and filled it full of rocks and
Yeah,
sand.
I can't even really. It's been here so long.
And a plastic bag.
Yeah. These things are dangerous. They get tangled up in things and
And it swallows it.
yeah. Critters die.
You know, is it a Tide bag?
Yeah.
Guess what that probably is then.
See, that doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, let's pick up after our dog and then throw it in the river.
Throw it at this one. And we'll
Okay.
take it out to the front.
It's about 10 pounds of clay inside of it.
Here's a rule to remember. If you're going to enjoy nature, respect nature.
Yeah.
Don't leave stuff behind. Especially stuff that's so destructive. Or so heavy. I don't want to be lugging all this stuff out. There's more right there.
Or make it cool like this bottle. Oh, okay. Got it. There. Now, if everybody did this, you know, when you go out for a walk and you see some trash, just pick up a couple of little pieces of trash. If everybody did it, there wouldn't be a garbage problem.
What a difference
Some
between
bees.
the woods here, the houses here, and you've got 50 feet of kind of open
Yeah.
brush. All the different kinds of flowers. None of these would survive in the woods.
No, they need more,
Lots
more
sunlight.
sunshine.
Of course, that would be a good patch for butterflies and dragonflies and things in there too. Especially as the water's so close.
Yes. Ooh, this is cool. There is. Got all these little holes here. You're not really sure what's going on. But you turn it over, and there, I have to take off my glasses because I'm getting old. Caterpillars. And all the black spots you see are their heads. So those are probably baby monarch butterfly caterpillars. And this is where they hatched out of. And they've eaten all these little holes there. Which is pretty cool, except for that guy, because he's dead. Sorry, dead dude.
There's not a lot of caterpillars that can actually eat milkweed, so probably is a monarch. And
Yeah.
they're keeping track of all this all over Ontario, actually all over North America. So we'll take a picture and post it to Ontario
Definitely.
Nature.
I'll take a picture, right?
Help with distribution charts.
Rachel without her glasses. Doesn't happen very often, unless I'm reading or doing something on a computer. So, we take picture?
And with your
Hopefully we'll-
BlackBerry, when you submit it, it's got all the GPS coordinates right on the photograph. Makes it very easy to do.
I'm gonna take it off flash here, I think.
You don't want to scare the caterpillar? I would think caterpillars eating toxic milkweed, they'd already be in a psychedelic trance anyway. Maybe that's how they get those beautiful colors on a monarch butterfly.
Well, that's why they have the black and orange, which is cool because most of the animals, most of the insects that feed on milkweed are actually black and orange, whether it's a beetle or monarch butterfly. For some reason, they advertise it with black and orange.
Good warning colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at all this.
Ooh. Look at the pea flowers. This is wild peas here.
It's a pea party. A lot of different colored flowers in here.
Interesting side note. Probably people might remember it from science in high school. Figuring out genetics was figured out with the pea plant, the flowers.
You're talking about Punnett Square?
Yep, the Punnett Square.
Recessive genes.
Discovered by a monk.
Heterozygous. Google Punnett Square. That'll get you what you need.
P-U-N-N-E-T. This is actually a root system from a tree. Probably fell a long time ago. This water
Doesn't
is
even
so
look like
cold.
there's been a fire through here before. Everything looks pretty much undisturbed.
Sometimes you can get really cruddy stuff off just rubbing your hands with some sand. Let's hope, because I'm getting tired of smelling like snake. Actually, I could never get tired of smelling like snake, but it gets a little tiresome after a while. Yeah. You know what? This is just the best part about being out here. Listening to you hack.
It's the bug spray, in case that mosquito gets into my mouth again.
Oh, I love this.
That mosquito is now dead, even if it didn't die when I ate him. The bug repellent chaser I gave him. Oh no, they're buzzing around. Maybe this is to attract them.
I'm beginning to wonder.
That was quite the hill. Whew. So we cleared out the entire section. We dragged Deanne, the camera girl, all the way up the hill, kicking and screaming.
You look like you fell in the river.
And yeah, I'm providing all the carbon dioxide for the mosquitoes to track me.
Yep.
In case anybody needs to find us later.
That's why I'm trying not to stand very close to you very often.
I'll distract all the bugs.
Yeah.
And join us when we come back. We're going to be exploring the rest of the woods.
We'll be somewhere else in here.
Somewhere.
Maybe we'll find another snake.
Look for the swarm of bugs following me. We're back. We're still exploring the trails. This is where you can go if you want to take your dog, if you want to have a leisurely walk around, see everything out here. Plants, lots of flowers.
Lots of different plants.
And if you want to go a little bit more off trail, if you want to get sweaty, if you want to find out where the bugs and the snakes and the birds and all the bugs are, prepare to get a little bit sweaty and dirty.
Yeah. And have fun with it. Like, learn. A lot of people just come out and go, hey, it's green, it's beautiful, blah, blah. But actually look at things and look at the plants and look at the flowers and take a really close look at everything, because there's all kinds of little things on there that most people never even see.
Take lots of pictures, because when you get home, you can get the pictures larger on the screen, and there are things that you don't even notice. I do that with scuba diving all the time as well. You can take a photo looking at one fish, and you realize the rest of the coral behind you is alive with animals. It's exactly the same thing in here. So come out, have a good time, know where you're going. With 17 kilometers of trails and 518 acres, Ardagh Bluffs.
That's just Ardagh Bluffs.
Has a lot of space that you can get lost in. So.
And we've done how much so far?
We've done about half an acre and 1 kilometer.
Yeah, that's it. And this is all we found in 1 kilometer. I mean, how cool is that?
Which is maybe half a kilometer of trails, because the other half was off the trails.
Well, that's true. But all right, let's follow this trail.
Oh, that's right. Redback salamander.
Yep.
Look at them go. And they don't get really big, but they are
That
really
one's a
active.
fairly good size for a redback.
Yeah.
Little cutie. They've got the cutest little faces.
And tiny, tiny little legs.
And their hands are just adorable.
Do you want to grab the chart right there?
Sure.
In the front of my backpack. We got the new chart from the M&R. They were very helpful. We have our turtle one and our snake one from last year. This year we got newt, salamanders, and frogs in the laminated plastic.
You've got turtles, and more turtles, and snakes, more snakes, frogs, and salamanders.
All right, so let's see how well this guy
Let's
looks
turn this
like.
around. So, I'm gonna go with it. Hi, cutie. Look at it. Looks just like Eastern redback salamander. You know why they call him that, right?
Because he's from Eastern Ontario?
And he's got a redback.
Sure.
They're not very creative when it comes to naming these things. It's kind of sad.
Right on your
I would have called him Steve. Oh. No! Don't, Chris! Don't! There you are, you little sucker. There you are. Yep.
is fast.
He's fast. He's getting a little bit dry.
One of the reasons he is able to get that big.
There.
So on the chart, he's twice the size.
Yes, it says 5.7 to 10 centimeters. The record is 12.7 centimeters.
You're a tiny little one.
6 inches. That's a good size salamander.
Yeah, it's a good size anything.
All right, we better put him back because he's getting a little tacky. Nothing worse than a tacky lizard. Well, he's not a lizard. He's an amphibian. Related to frogs. No, is this good?
So we'll put him back.
Yeah, I
Getting
think so.
dried
Let's
out?
just keep him there, and I'll just put him down, and he can find his own home.
Well, they're
His
out
own
of
way,
the
yeah.
flitter as well. That's
Yeah.
a perfect spot for him.
I'm going in. Yeah, he's found himself a good place there.
If you're an amphibian, you've got to stay moist. So we could start
Yeah.
crossing things off our charts here. What about the snake?
Oh, here it is here. And there, northern ribbon snake.
Nope.
Butler's garter snake.
Nope.
Red-sided garter snake. Eastern garter snake.
Eastern garter snake.
That's the one we found.
And they all look very similar. So the chart's very handy, but photos, that's the way to do it too.
Yes. I can't remember what it's called, but they're really cool. I'll get somebody to identify it. I'm pretty sure they're related to fungus. They're neat, aren't they? They look like little, really, like ghost tulips. Like this is what happens when all your bouquets die, they pop up like this. Ghosts of romances past.
Oh,
Chipmunk, right at the end of the log there. He's looking at us. Yeah, right at the end. Hey, Chippy.
the universal animal noise.
Do you see it? He's standing on the log. Well, he was. He's gone now.
That hole goes right through here, right through the log, and comes out this way. If you're traveling well-traveled trails, even chipmunks and squirrels, they want the easiest route possible, which is also why snakes will hang out there and wait for them, because they're well-traveled, they're well-marked, lots of sense. But if you're running along here and you have to disappear quickly, you can shoot down the hole and either hide under here, which is good size protection, or you take off and right down the hill. And it's a lot of leaves, so you can hide under there. And a chipmunk could have made it, squirrel could have made it, but lots of animals will use it. Or if I was a snake, I would sit right here and just wait for somebody to come along and
Chirp.
grab them when they came out. Ambush hunters. It's like the drive-through.
Drive-through.
Drive-through mousing.
I will have the chipmunk burger and some flicker fries, please. Well, that was a lot of fun, but I think it might be a little bit too much for anybody who has health issues.
It was. There was a lot of exciting stuff that we found off the trails. The snake we found on the trail.
And we found that like that as soon as we got here, though.
Thanks
when
for
we
sharing
still
that.
had a
We
lot
really
of energy and a lot less sweat.
We did find the redback salamander
Yes.
off the trails. We found lots of fungus, lots of cool plants.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have any health concerns, stay on these 17 kilometers of well-groomed trails. But the bluffs were pretty steep.
The bluffs are very steep.
If you make it up, you've still got to come back down. So you've got to be careful, plan ahead for that sort of thing, and be realistic about your abilities.
Yes.
And your expectations. We were so excited to look for snakes. We found a snake. We managed our expectations nicely this time.
Perfectly. And we found a snake. A season and a half quest. Done. Did you get it, grasshopper?
And mosquitoes. Thanks for joining us on Out and About in Simcoe County.
We'll see you next time.
Absolutely, we will see you next time.